Welcome, I'm Kenneth Andre, Tenjitsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Everything that I share and say and do is for a reason. If there sounds like a contradiction, there isn't. Investigate further. Hope you're all doing well out there. Now, I'm all about the truth. We've been lied to about everything, and many are still yet coming into greater revelation and awakening. Through this process, you start receiving knowledge, precepts, concepts you've never heard before. And a lot is tied with simology. So much that I have said in this channel just goes over your head. That's okay. When I first started this, so much was going over my head, but I persisted. I didn't understand anything at first. With all the simology, the constellations, I knew nothing of them. But I kept going and I kept learning. And before you know it, it clicks. Now you are actually learning a lot more than you think. And you may see something arise in your immediate environment, and someone may ask a question about a particular symbol or presentation. And you will respond in a way that will shock you. That suddenly you do understand, you have learned. That will inspire you, encourage you to keep going. And you keep going. And the more that you focus on spirit, on truth, getting wisdom and knowledge, you will grow exponentially because you stepped into the living waters. And before you know it, your mind changes, you change. You start becoming alive. Simology lifts the veils. It's the language of God. It's the language of the gods, the angels. Now, I was asked, where would I go to learn simology? I learned by reading a lot of the ancient texts, by paying attention to the presentations of the teachers and material sent to me by Father. And I started off with rudimentary shapes, with sacred geometry, in a book of symbols, for example. Many years ago, I started studying this. And you learn of the basic rudimentary shapes. Then I started learning about these symbols of the planets or luminaries. And I've literally studied this over the years, a book of symbols. All right. And it gives you an insight into the characteristics, attributes, etc. It's even got, okay. Now, to a lot of religious belief systems, they don't touch this stuff. Okay. It's literally got everything. It's absolutely amazing. And it'll give you understanding of a lot of the symbols that you will come across when you are researching truth. A lot of things that the conspiracy communities talk about, but yet to receive understanding and revelation. Okay, that's a good start. And then there's many other books, and as you go deeper into esoteric interpretation, I studied the psychological makeup of man in connection with symbols, dream interpretations. And as you keep going on, even though a lot of it went over my head, suddenly things clicked. And then with the allegories, the symbolism in movies and music videos, it shouts out at you. And the truth keeps presenting itself again and again and again. Then you cannot unsee it. And you change. You see through the veils, the surface level of reality, like Neo in the Matrix. You see the code, the patterns. It's absolutely incredible. I'm very humble and grateful. And Father has sent me on here to share everything I learn in the assistance of your ascension, ready for a wonderful future. So I'm going to reveal to you more secrets with symbols. For example, if you look at the surface level of the constellations, reading Stellarium, okay, you get images like this. This is referred to as the water bearer, Aquarius, the man with the pitcher, as mentioned in the Bible. This character, all right, this depiction of a man, what many people are not aware of, and many didn't comment, because I was talking about the pitcher, about the man with the pitcher, Aquarius, and I referred to it as Orpheus, the serpent bearer. No one commented about that. I think you made a mistake. You referred to it as Orpheus, the secret 13 sign. No, it's the same character. All right, they are one. Put symbol upon symbol. This is Aquarius too. Okay, it's just that now he's the serpent bearer. After being absorbed by the spectrum, the outpouring of water, he's a serpent bearer. It's the same character. They are one. And hence, doing your research, putting precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, symbol upon symbol. The key we receive from the Bible, we are receiving from our Father. It starts to make sense, especially reading like secret teachings of Osiris going in the Apocrypha. It sounds like there's a contradiction because they seem to interchangeably use these characters that are in the constellation, because fundamentally they're all one going on in you. For example, you have 7 chakras, yet you are still one, but there's 7 in you. There's 3, the Trinity, but then there's 4 mighty ones. You're a complex full. You are fragmented yet made whole. It's your consciousness coming into remembrance, ascension, that brings it all together, linking it all together in unity through symbology to make you aware what's going on with the framework of the spirit man in you. We are told, put on the new man. Did you invest in the spirit man in you? How do we understand the development of the spirit man in us? Through symbology. By retrospection, reflection, with the things we have learned, and with hindsight, looking back and looking at the present presentations with the world stage that are for signs of the seasons, you can see how far you are developing in spirit and in truth. And you go by the day, walking with the Father, and you shine your light. Now, I've mentioned there's a celestial event coming up tomorrow and up to the 20th of March with Mercury, with the sun. Mercury is part of Christ. You will hear this again and again in the esoteric, hidden occult knowledge, which means it's culted, it's hidden, it's secret. It's for those with specialist knowledge who understand. In the esoteric imagery, you get pictures like this. You see the fish connected with Pisces and Christ, but in the middle, let me make this bigger for you. You will see the sign of Mercury. Then you get this, you can barely see it. I'll show you again in a minute. Now, hand is connected with mind. Let your hand not be idle when stumbling upon your bed, right? Your hand. Father does not abide in a temple made of hands in the physical world. It abides in here. With this hand put into your coat, language in the Bible, meaning your mind, your measuring rod goes in with the Father at the wheel, reworking the clay with your mind's eye. Okay. And you hold the key, you got the sun and the star that comes out of David, then the crown, then the moon, the phases and states you go through. The four mighty ones, which is the four elements and the four aspects of you. The All-Father, Mother, Daughter and Son, that's in you. Now that's a very basic insight. You hold the whole world, your heaven and earth, in your hand, in here. We let go and escape the matrix of the 3D world, the elemental way of thinking as the first earthly man, Adam. You are a shiny one, a dragon man, wisdom, formed as the son of the Most High, in between of your heaven and earth, superior to it. The fish is used as a reference because we've been in the deep with all this data, information. It's the great flood. It's spirit. We live and move and have our being in the mind of God. And at first, in these ages and lower degrees of the kingdom, there's all these variants, infinite states of good and evil, and it blinds us by God's light. And yet, there's an intelligence behind it that's interacting with your subconscious. And we get fooled by it at first. We're poisoned by the Creator, bit by the serpent, because of all the data. And we'll end up passing away by conforming to the outside world because we have severe amnesia with the tree cut down to the stump, waiting for Jesse, the I Am, to grow, the Garden of Eden to be restored. I make known the end from the beginning. We go through the process, being absorbed by the spectrum, growing into a new tree, the tree of life. But this comes with a horrendous transformation, because the first earthly man, Adam, used to believe that you were, has to pass away because it's fictitious. You come into remembrance who you really are as an angel. Jesus Christ is all about his angels, the heavenly origins, not the earth origins, as he tells us in the Bible. Flesh gives birth to flesh. Spirit gives birth to spirit. It's all about the spirit and soul. One of the most important aspects of your awakening, as you're going to see as we go on. I'll give you this Bible verse from Ecclesiastes 12:6. Yes, remember your Creator now, while you are young, before the silver cord of life snaps and the golden bowl is broken. Don't wait until the water jar is smashed at the spring and the pulley is broken at the well. If you understand symbology, you understand what this means. For example, the silver cord, back to our source, the husband, the Lord, the maker, who is life. We are told this in the Bible. The golden bowl, the subconscious, your vessel, your vase, you. Okay, don't be broken by the world. It's the allegory of Humpty Dumpty. All the kings and all its men and horses can't put you together. Only spirit is going to put you together because you've been fragmented. You've fallen off the wall, conforming to the narrative. Okay, don't wait until the water jar is smashed at the spring. Again, being broken by this world. And the pulley at the well. Your consciousness, your imagination, your mind. Man does not dream anymore. He just conforms. Automaton. On autopilot. Robots keeping robots in check. Don't be like them. Don't be broken by this world and your dreams and the things of the heart. You must keep going forward. When you are called, you will come into remembrance and brought into life, being able to dream again, fill your hearts with desires, etc. This is living. This is worshipping God to live and be the best, be the best version of yourself that you could possibly imagine. Now, Father, you do not act alone, has a wonderful idea of you, the apple of his eye. And these desires, these images and inspiration that comes to you is from your Creator. You are one. And now you can fill your heart up with them wonderful desires of the hope of a wonderful future. Look at the attitude of everyone. They don't have hope of a very good future. It's all doom and gloom with this attitude of retribution. So many want to see the world burn, but nothing changes because it's a matrix. You are dead in the great flood, all this data, information. Well, we want to steer off by putting new walls up around Jerusalem. with the new heaven and earth that comes down, that we will be bridged and ushered into a wonderful age that's from the heart, that will bring us up into a higher octave where everything comes alive, because you are life and light. That's going to erect your eternal heavenly homes, bringing in your friends and family. Remember, I said in my video, wherever I go, there's always someone telling me what's going to happen. I'm like, oh, really? So many want you to conform to their own paradigms of belief systems. It's Agent Smith. Don't get pulled in by it, okay? In James 4:14, you do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are as mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. No one knows what tomorrow is going to bring. Father's in control, and he tells us there's nothing new under the sun. I urge you to turn back to me, your source, your creator, the Lord, the husband with your soul, that you go through a process whereby there's an alchemical marriage, that you would be free in Christ and enter the kingdom, into a wonderful realm where righteousness dwells, and the evils will vanish, and you will live in a wonderful world full of life. So, a couple of images, esoteric images. You see the rays of there's Taurus and Pleiades and the luminaries shining their arrays upon these symbols, Mercury and this sign here. Right? This sign here. Many would say, well, what is this sign with the triangle and the cross? What is that? Okay, now remember I mentioned about the table. There's the table connected with the constellations, the round table, the Knights Templar, the two pillars, the two spheres, aspects of the brain, the left and right brain, the sun and moon, your terrestrial, your immediate environment, the earth and your body, and the heavens within. Okay, hold on to that image with the triangle. Again, you'll see esoteric imagery like this. This is all representative of what goes on in you. Again, you look in the middle. You'll see Mercury in the triangle. Okay, I'm not going to break these down. I'm alluding to something. Again, I mentioned you wear the crown on your tree of the constellations. These are constellations. She is representative of your soul by the tree, right? Again, you'll see Mercury in the triangle, all right? Here's all the constellations. This is the tree of life. This is you being restored. Again, another esoteric imagery of a wonderful passage in the Bible where you eat the Bible, the word, all right? Which is, again, the arrays coming down as you go through the spectrum. And it's like sweet to the lips, but bitter to the stomach, because it's the end of the play as the first earthly man, Adam. And through this process of receiving knowledge and wisdom, we'll end up in this state. Okay? As we are being formed, as above, so below. The magic square, time, balancing. Okay, the judgment. As our minds, our consciousness is evolving and we are waking up. But it's a long process. You see the ladder. There's a lot in that image. I'm not going to get into that. You'll come across this image. There's 11 candles. L, which is again connected with the name of God. Again, you see the crow, the scales. This is all going on in you. The sun and moon, the 7 stars, Pleiades, to do with the consciousness. 11. A coffin on the checkerboard, because this realm is infinite. It's the bottomless pit. Right? What does it mean? You keep following along with the imagery through these videos, and I keep revealing to you what does it mean, and I will reveal to you the triangle. Okay, so here again we see the triangle. This is the arch. This is to do with your skull, Golgotha, right, man. The Ark of the Covenant in your mind. As you keep following along in these videos, I'm here to glorify our Father's name. This is all from Spirit, not from me, from the true Lord Jesus Christ. That's in us, the Son and the Father as one. It will start to shout out. So, what does it mean? Okay, I will make this bigger. There's that simple rudimentary symbol. Okay. Oh, look, consciousness, mind and body, spirit, soul. This is to do with your soul. Okay. Consciousness, soul, spirit, mind, body, salt. So I share this esoteric image with you. You've seen this before in my channel. You'd think, no, I haven't. There's again Mercury, the messenger, connected with Christ. He's got two wands with serpents connected with the Creator, and a crown with the wings connected with mine, the sun and moon. Right? Where have you seen this before? You put symbol upon symbol. It's that. All right? The four mighty ones with the two wands. The world with the serpent. This is the serpent. The more you understand symbology and put symbol upon symbol, you start to then receive greater revelation and understanding with what it is you are learning. But be aware, when you learn of all this stuff, the depiction of God is the invisible light, spirit and love. You've got to hold that in mind. I keep mentioning it so much. The Son, the image, love, wisdom and power of the Father. No one knows the Father except the Son, and creation waits in eager expectation for the sons. The great mysteries of the Egyptian initiation, like all hidden initiations, including the indoctrination of the one and only supreme God, but illustrating that the sun, moon and stars were minor divinities, i.e. forces. Father is above all, through all and in all. He's the all in all. But to understand our eternal loving Father, we learn symbology. You don't have to go out your way. Let Father teach you. He makes the wise dumb and the dumb wise. He's given us a point. At the point of time, it doesn't matter how intelligent you think you are, it'll bring you back down, because his knowledge is superior. And if you think you are dumb, he brings you up in the middle. No matter your intellect or how much you think you know, truth is the truth, and he will bring you to that center point of truth, in which we are all going to arrive at that point. So have more confidence. Do not doubt yourself. Do not worry about how much you know or how intelligent you are. Just turn to Father and ask Spirit to show you. He doesn't care whether you've got an education or what degree of intelligence and dialect, etc. you know. He will teach you. He will show you in a way that you understand. I'm Kenneth Andre, Tenjutsu Master and Mystic Messenger. Love you guys. Have a good day.